I'm calling it perspective number 1. So next Sunday, I will continue with perspective number 2 and number 3 and continue. Remember, I'm talking about Christian perspective to relationship. The perspective number 1 is what I call biblical foundation of relationship. Biblical foundation of relationship. This is perspective number 1. Remember, don't you forget the topic. Christian perspectives into relationships. So the perspective number 1 is biblical foundation. Remember, I've finished telling you the factors that influence positively or negatively. Now, I'm giving you the perspective. Just one for today. Perspective number 1. Biblical foundations in relationship. And this we get it from the book of Genesis 2:24. The book of Genesis 2:24. Many people know this verse. Common verse. Genesis 2:24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother, and the two shall become one flesh. Let me tell you, if you're not grown to a relationship, intimate relationship of becoming one, even if you're married, many people getting wrongly. They think when you get married, automatically you become one. No, when you get married, and you fuse yourself into emotional connection of a high level, you become one. Let me tell you, I have seen it by my own eyes. Becoming one. Becoming one. I've reached in this level. My wife travels. She doesn't say she's sick, and I tell her, is everything okay? Why? Because I am sick. And he says, I didn't want to tell you. I am sick. What? What she's sick is exactly what is troubling me here. Becoming one. One body is troubled. The same body is troubled. Are we together? But we are living in marriages whereby we are just two landlords living in one bed. Ni walipa kodi wawili wako kitanda moja. Somebody is trouble, you're not even aware. Huyu mwingine ananyonyesha mtoto, mwingine kalala. Baba nani? Nyoshe basi kidogo, anambia mpe nyonyo huyo, mpe nyonyo alale. Unalala. And you say we are one body. Who said? You become one body when the pain of another part disturb another part. The joy of another part celebrate with another part. One body. Now, in this biblical foundation, I usually craft a principle that I teach marriage called a principle of living, cleaving, and unity. A principle of departing, clinging, and becoming one. I love that principle. A principle of living, clinging, and becoming one. This is a relationship principle that many marriages are struggling. And I want to tell you who are not married, start to build this principle before you get into any man or any woman. The principle of being ready, perspectively, to live, to cling, and to become one. Now let me tell you how does this principle work. You cannot become one if you have never departed. You cannot become one if you have never clinging. Clinging means atamwacha baba yake na mama yake, na hawa wawili watakuwa mwili mmoja. Because there's kuacha, departing, there's kuambatana, clinging, there's becoming one. So many people in families, they want to be together, one body, but another one is still depending on the orders from there. Nimepata kiwanja ila baba amesema tusifanye chochote mpaka aite engineer wake. Kuna waya wote wanapeleka moto huku juu. And we have those kind of relationship. The guy will call mama, vipi mwanangu, amenyima. So is the mother calling the wife, mwanangu, vipi, mna shida gani? So mwisho siku, this woman He's supposed to be chawa wa mama mkwe. Kwa nini? Because if you're not a chawa wa mama mkwe, the marriage will be very hard because the mother is rearing the mama's boy. This guy has not departed. Are we together? I tell people, when you want to get in relationship, the perspective of Christianity is that you start to click your mind that getting relationship and getting married is making another government. That is making its own constitution, parliament, cabinet. And that doesn't depend on anyone else. Anyone else who comes in your government is doing treason. So, if you're in a marriage, God has given you a blessing to be in a marriage. Make sure you do a foundation in this biblical foundation that you depart, you ambatana, and you become one. And if you're not ready into relationship, start to tune your mind. Because I have a lot of ladies who come to my office, they tell me, Chris, there's nothing that will make me, wazazi wangu nihame kwenye grupu la familia. No man atantoa. Grupu la familia, okay. Maybe you married with your own lady. But with a guy who God has built with ego, you will never. Why? Because God gave this guy an ego of becoming a leader. He wants to own. So any other territory is a battle. So start to build that mentality, ladies. Have guys who come to my office and they say, you know what, my wife doesn't sleep. When we go to bed, she speaks with the mother for 1 hour and they give the phone to daddy. Another hour and the guy is anakoroma yuko hapa. He's speaking with the family. Huyu ameleave, amedepart. He's here physically, he's there mentally. Praise the Lord.